Have you ever been in a situation where you did not know how to drive a car? And by drive a car, I mean drive a manual transmission. Have you ever been in a separate country and you had a rental car and it was a manual transmission and you had no idea what to do? If you have, I'm going to be able to help you out today because we're going to talk a little bit about driving a manual transmission and a little bit about heel-toe downshifting, which is more of a racing technique. So, driving a manual, as you can see here on the screen in front of you, there's three pedals. You have your typical gas pedal and brake pedal in the middle, and on the left you see a clutch pedal, which some of you might be wondering, why is there three pedals? That's the clutch. The clutch pedal is what disengages the motor from the transmission, and that's what allows you to shift gears with the gear shifter with your hand. So it's actually a mechanical connection, just like an automatic transmission, but you shift the gears rather than the computer shifting the gears with the transmission. So the way you drive a manual is you press the clutch pedal in and you put it into first gear with your hand, and then what you have to do, it's a little bit tricky, is balance the gas pedal with the clutch and let it out slowly and press on the gas. That's the most difficult part about driving a manual transmission, is just entering into first gear, getting into first gear. Once you get that down, it's a lot easier, and shifting gears kind of happens just naturally because you know how it all works after that, but that's the most difficult part. It's all about also being smooth with it, because if you're not smooth, it can jerk you, and that's no fun. I'm sure you've seen videos and commercials about people messing that up. So when you're in first gear, to shift to second gear, you're going with the gas pedal, you let go of the gas, you push in the clutch pedal all the way, pull the gear shifter into second gear, let out the clutch, and go back to the gas. It all takes a lot of practice to make it smooth, but that's kind of the basic general concept of it. And so according to Consumer Reports, you can actually get better gas mileage with a manual transmission, which is something to think about. And it's also great to just learn how to drive a manual transmission, because you can be in any sort of situation and drive any car that you want. Especially, my mom has been in foreign countries, and sometimes she had to drive a manual as a rental car, and thankfully she knew how to. So the next topic we're going to talk about is heel-toe downshifting. This is more of a racing technique, but a lot of people like myself use it in daily driving. It's all about downshifting while under braking. So heel-toe downshifting is where you have your right foot on the brake and the gas at the same time. So your toes are on the brake pedal, on the middle pedal, and your heel is on the gas. And what it is, it's called rev match downshifting. And when you downshift, you hit the clutch in, you're pressing the brakes with your toes, you blip the throttle with your heels to match the revs, the engine speed back with the transmission speed, and you get back into gear. And racers use this all the time to assist with downshifting while they're stomping on the brakes to get into corners, which it's a very good technique for that, and can also provide less wear and tear, according to Edmunds.com, on the vehicle. So I hope you guys learned a little bit about driving a manual car and a little bit about heel-toe downshifting. It's a big part of my passion. I love cars, so it's something I really like talking about. So anytime you encounter a situation with a manual transmission, you'll be able to take it on and conquer it.